Hey, it's James, Father's Rights and Resources, hashtag how I got custody. Why do you believe what you believe as far as what lawyers tell you or what guys tell you that are online? Why? Just talk to a dad. He's talking about these two fathers up here. Challenge the jurisdiction of the court. They have no jurisdiction, blah, blah, blah. Another one of these hustling con artists, asshole, mother effers who don't tell you guys what the hell they're even talking about. This guy thought he could challenge the jurisdiction of the court issuing a parenting plan. The guy he was following, somebody W, this guy challenged the jurisdiction. And I asked the guy, like, what makes you think that this guy knows what he's talking about? He said, oh, he has a video of him challenging jurisdiction. What was it for? Oh, I don't know. It was for child support, and his kids were 20-something years old. So this asshole named somebody W is sitting there saying, challenge jurisdiction anytime you go to family court, superior court, and district court, or circuit court, or court of pleas. Challenge that because I won in division of child support in an administrative hearing after my kids were 20 and it didn't matter and I didn't give a shit about my kids anyway. What the hell are you guys listening to? Why do you listen to what you listen to? Damn, you guys, you got to use some damn common sense. Do you want to fight the entire United States government and judicial system that's been in place for hundreds of years, and this Title 4D system and the anti-father corruption? Do you want to fight the entire, because this guy was ready to go to war with the entire system and walk out of hearings and fight jurisdiction, all in order to prove a point to his own and try and win the argument for his own ego's sake. And he's missing out on his life with his kid because some assholes online told him, challenge jurisdiction. F these punk ass bitches. That child support fraud guy, asshole. The other people who talk about child support isn't. Now, if they told you this only works for administrative hearings and they clarified what the hell they're talking about, then fine, that's great. But when somebody leaves this much, this is how cults are formed. A cult, I'm a Bible believer myself. Okay, whether you think I'm moral or not, I cuss too much or whatever, the truth is the truth, what the truth is. And I believe that that's the truth, okay? So just like you don't listen to, if a doctor tells you you shouldn't smoke, it's bad for you, and the doctor smokes, you should still listen to the truth because it's the truth, okay? So anyway, I can see people, oh, hypocrite. Well, look, a lot of cults are formed. They'll use the Bible and they'll twist a little bit in there. But if you twist something, it's kind of like if you're on a journey and you're headed from, look at that map. There's Seattle, here's New York, and here's Miami. If I'm going to go to New York, I'm going to take I-90 all the way through Minnesota, Chicago. I don't know what else is after that. If I get 1 degree off in Seattle, then I'm heading down a little bit south, and then I get a little bit below Spokane, maybe Boise, Idaho. And by the time I'm done, I'm down in Miami. I'm off a little bit, but at the end of my journey, look at this. I'm 1,000 miles away from New York. I'm down in Miami. You could be a little bit off on something, and it totally screws you up. These guys are a little bit off. They'll tell you, yeah, this anti-jurisdiction, I challenge jurisdiction. What the hell do they challenge jurisdiction in? They challenge jurisdiction only in administrative courts for division of child support. Are you in that type of court? No. Then it doesn't apply, you dumbass. For crying out loud. You guys are killing yourselves. Learn to read English. Learn to pay attention. There's so many people I talk to, they don't even know what the hell their own court orders say. The order that governs your life with your kids, or the order that restrains you from the mother and your kids, or the order that takes money away from you. You don't even read this shit. Why the hell would you not read it? When you go to a job, do you know how much they're going to pay you and what the benefits are? Of course you do, because you want to get paid. You care more about money than you do about your kids, because you won't read the court order, or you won't read the law about your rights before you go to court and fight. But when you're about to have a job, you will read what the pay scale is and what the bonuses are and how you accrue sick time. You'll know all those details because you want to know, because it affects your paycheck and your livelihood. How come you don't care that much about your kids? You guys listen to the dumbest, most incompetent, low IQ, retarded con artists out there. And I'm sitting here with my winning court orders proving to you and backing up everything I say. Or if I'm talking to you about a law or authority or legal this or legal that, I show you the law to go and look it up yourself. You guys watch a charlatan on there, and because a guy, like, think about that child support fraud guy. He's sitting there saying, this is where you guys don't listen and don't think. You want a quickie answer. You want to absorb it this fast. If you're taking an apprenticeship to be an electrician or a carpenter, or you're throwing up sheetrock and you want to be a foreman on a construction site eventually, you don't just walk in there one day and learn everything, numbnuts. You have to sit down and spend time and pay attention and listen to your boss and listen to your coaches or instructors or whatever. And you have to study some stuff. Why the hell do you think it's different in court, where there's all these laws and all these things that help you win or lose and all these factors and the court orders, case law? I just did a video where you need to know and learn everything and use everything as a weapon. If you get in the military, you know how to assemble and disassemble your weapon and could do all that stuff blindfolded. You have to be trained in that. How the hell do you think in family court you could get away with just walking in one time and throwing out a cliche and you win? What the hell is wrong with you guys? Does your life with your kid matter or not? So you listen to dumbass charlatans. So the child support fraud guy, if you listen to him carefully, he says you can challenge an ineffective summons, a petition that's written wrong. If somebody signs a proof of service saying that you were served and you weren't, you could challenge that. Okay, so let's say you challenge it and you get it thrown out. They'll start all over again and they'll get the proof of service right. But if you listen to that guy carefully, he won a case in which the child was not even his. So he had an easy vacate on that. His case was fraudulent because the mother lied and said this guy is the father, and he was not the father. Now, he challenged them because they said that they served him and they didn't serve him. They served him at a last known address or a previous address that he didn't live, that he proved that he wasn't there. So they vacated, wiped it out because of that. And then he eventually, from what I gather and what he says, I'm going off of his own words. These guys give you half-ass information so you don't know what the F is going on, so you buy their stuff. I give you all kinds of thorough information. I give you links in my flow page that 90% of you bitches don't even look at because you don't give a shit about your kids and you wonder why you get your ass kicked in court. That's why I just did that video. You have to know and learn and use everything. If you're a truck driver or you're a CDL, you got a Class A CDL, you don't just need to learn how to steer a truck. You need to learn how air brakes work and the condensation in the air brakes. If there's some of that screws that stuff up. I forget how all that stuff works. You need to be able to fix the lines to the air brakes, and you need to be able to have some mechanical experience or be mechanically inclined a little bit, because if you have a problem with that vehicle, you might have to fix it or tweak something. You don't just learn a basic bare minimum. This is what my lazy ass bitch gender does. Oh, let me just learn one little thing. Oh, that sounds really cool. That tickles my ears because I won't have to fight for my kid. I can just say I object to jurisdiction of the court because that works for this guy. I don't know what the F he used it for. I just saw a video where he objected and the judge said, okay. And you don't dive into it, what the hell they're talking about. What if he was in a malpractice lawsuit against a doctor and they threw out the doctor's counterclaim? That wouldn't apply in family court. What if somebody has a video on winning a bankruptcy case and they say, you can win your family court case because I won my bankruptcy case? Those two don't jibe. But some of you guys don't pay attention to what the hell you're listening to, and you get bamboozled by a charlatan, and you just like, oh, let me just quote him, instead of diving in and reading the law and reading everything that I tell you to read in your own state and learning this stuff and actually having some damn common sense. You just believe something that tickles your fancy because this guy won, and so I'm just going to just quote this cliche and I'm going to win because you're lazy and you don't want to dive in. If you want to fight for your kids, learn how to fight the right way and learn everything you need to know. And if you don't know everything, get a consult with me. This is very simple. Stop screwing.